Lord, I come before you today carrying a weight that I have held onto for far too long, a weight that has followed me through my days and settled deep into my heart. There are moments from my past that I cannot seem to escape, things I have said, things I have done, and choices I have made that continue to echo in my mind with haunting persistence. I replay them more often than I want to admit, and every time I do, I feel the same heaviness, the same regret, and the same quiet ache that reminds me of who I was in those moments of weakness. It is utterly exhausting to carry this invisible burden, yet I have held on to it as if it is my solemn responsibility to never let it go, as if my suffering could somehow pay the debt of my mistakes. I have tried to move forward, to step into the sunlight of a new day, but something inside me keeps pulling me back into the shadows of yesterday. It tells me that I should have known better, that I should have been stronger, and that I should not be allowed to forget the pain I caused or the opportunities I wasted. It whispers that I do not deserve peace, that I must carry this guilt as a permanent badge of my failures to ensure I never feel truly worthy again. And if I am honest, Lord, there are times when I have agreed with those accusations. I have believed that holding on to this guilt is the right thing to do, as if letting it go would mean I am excusing what happened or pretending it did not matter. I have mistaken self-punishment for repentance, and in doing so, I have built a prison for my own soul. But deep down in the quietest part of my spirit, I know that this constant weight is not what you desire for me. I know that you are not asking me to live in a place of endless regret, yet I have struggled to understand how to actually loosen my grip and release it. I have struggled to accept that forgiveness could truly apply to me, not just as a theological concept I believe for others, but as a living reality that changes how I see myself in the mirror. It feels so much easier to believe that others can be washed clean than it is to believe that I can ever be free from the stains of my own history. I have limited your power by deciding that my mistakes are somehow bigger than your mercy. Lord, I confess that I have been holding on to guilt in a way that has kept me stuck in a cycle of stagnation. I have allowed it to shape my identity, to color my decisions, and to limit how I move forward in my calling. I have carried this shame into my relationships, often pulling away from those who love me because I feel unworthy of their affection. It has even invaded the quiet moments when I am alone with my thoughts, turning my internal dialogue into a courtroom where I am always the defendant and the judge. This guilt has become a familiar companion, and letting go feels like losing a part of myself, even if that part is killing me. There is a part of me that is afraid to release this guilt because I worry about who I will be without it. I worry that if I stop holding on to the pain, I might forget the lessons I learned the hard way, or worse, I might become complacent and repeat the same mistakes. I have used this weight as a leash to keep myself in check, believing I need the sting of regret to remain a good person, and yet, holding on to it has not brought me closer to you. It has only brought me exhaustion and a constant sense of being trapped in a past I cannot change. It has robbed me of the energy I need to do the good work you have actually called me to do today. Today, Lord, I bring all of this honestly before you. I bring every stinging regret, every painful memory, and every moment that still makes me cringe or turn away in shame. I bring the secrets I am terrified of people finding out, the things I try to hide behind a smile, and the parts of my story I wish I could simply erase. I am done trying to manage this on my own. I am placing these heavy stones in your hands because I cannot keep holding on to them. I am admitting that my self-inflicted penance is not enough to save me, and I am finally ready to let your grace be sufficient. I ask you to help me understand your grace in a deeper, more personal way. Open the eyes of my heart to see that your mercy is not a limited resource that runs out after a certain number of failures. Help me to see that your compassion is not withheld because of my past, and that your love for me has never been dependent on my performance or my perfection. I want to believe that I am truly forgiven, but I need your Spirit to help my heart catch up with the truth that my mind already knows. Break the chains of if only, and replace them with the freedom of it is finished. There is a deep-seated shame that has been acting like a poison in my life, making me feel smaller and less worthy of your blessings. It has made me hesitant to step into new opportunities, fearing that I will eventually be found out, or that I will ruin anything good that comes my way. Today I am asking you to break that hold. I am asking you to remove the power that shame has had over my narrative. Wash me clean from the inside out, not just from the things I did, but from the belief that I am those things. I am not my mistake. I am your child. Help me to see myself the way you see me, not through the lens of my worst moments, but through the light of your redemption. Help me to see the potential you see, the beauty you are weaving out of my ashes, and the strength you have built in me through the struggle. Remind me that I am not a project to be fixed, but a person to be loved. When the enemy of my soul reminds me of where I've been, remind me of where you are taking me. Remind me that the cross was enough to cover every single one of my errors, and to believe otherwise is to undervalue what you did for me. Lord, I recognize that I cannot keep living like this. I cannot keep replaying the same tapes of failure and expecting to hear the music of peace. I cannot keep punishing myself for things that you have already forgotten. I cannot keep carrying a burden that is slowly draining my joy and my hope for the future. Something has to change, and that change must begin within the depths of my own mind. Instead, I ask you to make it a teacher. Let the pain I've experienced become the empathy I offer to others who are also struggling with their own secrets. So today I make a definitive decision. Even if it feels unfamiliar or even wrong to stop feeling bad, I choose to begin the process of forgiving myself. I choose to loosen my grip on the guilt I have used as a shield. I choose to stop defining my character by my lowest points and start trusting that I can move forward as a new creation. I am officially resigning from the position of my own accuser. I am stepping out of the courtroom and into the healing waters of your love. I am trading my heavy yoke of should-haves for your light yoke of well-dones. I know this journey towards self-forgiveness may not be a straight line. I know there may be days when a certain smell, a name, or a place triggers the old memories and the old feelings of unworthiness resurface. When those old thoughts try to pull me back into the darkroom of regret, help me to respond with the truth of your word. Help me to remind myself that I am not who I used to be, that I am not a prisoner of my history, and that your mercies are new every single morning. If you have declared me clean, who am I to call myself dirty? Lord, I also ask for deep healing in the places where my past has left visible and invisible scars. There are parts of my heart that still feel fragile and easily bruised by criticism. There are parts of my mind that are still hypervigilant, waiting for the other shoe to drop because I feel like I am still due for some kind of punishment. Heal those places gently, Father. Restore the confidence that was worn down by years of self-reproach. Give me the courage to trust my own heart again, not because I trust in my own strength, but because I trust in the Spirit that lives within me. Help me to move forward with wisdom that is born of experience, but not the fear that is born of trauma. Help me to make choices that align with your will, not because I am trying to run away from guilt, but because I am running toward your light. Give me a renewed sense of purpose that is fueled by gratitude, rather than the desperate need to prove I've changed. I want to live a life that reflects your goodness, showing the world that no one is too far gone and no heart is too broken for your touch. I also lift up the consequences of my past that I still have to face. Some things cannot be undone, and some relationships may never be fully restored on this side of eternity. Help me to accept these realities with grace and humility. Help me to walk through the difficult parts of my story without allowing them to be the final chapter. Even in the presence of ongoing consequences, I ask for the miracle of peace. Show me how to be a responsible steward of my history while remaining a free citizen of your kingdom. Lord, I am tired of being my own worst enemy. I am tired of carrying a debt that has already been paid in full by your blood. I am tired of living under the shadow of a cloud that you have already dispersed. Today, I release it all into your sovereign hands. I release the need to be perfect, the need to be understood by everyone, and the constant need to explain away my past. I am letting go of the shame that tells me I have to stay in the background. I am stepping forward into the light of your grace, ready to be used by you. Fill the empty spaces where guilt used to live with your overwhelming peace. Fill my heart with a sense of lightness that I have not felt in years. Help me to breathe deeply again, feeling the weight lift off my chest. Help me to wake up each morning with a sense of expectation and hope, looking forward to what you will do in and through me, rather than looking back at what I failed to do. Let your joy bubble up from within me, serving as evidence that the chains are truly broken. I choose today to believe that my story is not defined by its darkest pages. I choose to believe that my past does not have the final say in my destiny. I choose to believe that I can grow, that I can change, and that I can become a vessel of honor. Even if the feeling of freedom doesn't hit me all at once, I will stand on the fact of my forgiveness. I will keep choosing to believe your report over my own feelings, anchoring my soul in the unshakable truth of your word. Thank you for your incredible patience as I have wrestled with this. Thank you for not walking away when I was too stubborn to let go of my pain. Thank you for loving me with an everlasting love, a love that pursued me even when I was hiding in the bushes of my own shame. I receive your love today, fully and without reservation, even though I know I could never deserve it. I let it wash over me, healing the dry and cracked places of my soul. As I move forward from this prayer, I do so with a new mindset. I am no longer a victim of my past. I am a victor through your grace. I am not stuck in a loop of regret. I am on a path of righteousness. I am moving forward, step by courageous step, with your hand in mine and your light on my path. I am choosing to be kind to myself, just as you have been kind to me. Today, I finally let go. Today, I choose to forgive myself because you have already forgiven me. Today, I step into the future with a clean heart and a clear mind. The old has gone, the new has come. I am healed, I am whole, and I am free. I thank you for the restoration of my joy and the renewal of my strength. I am ready to live, truly live for your glory and for the good of others. My life is a testament to the fact that it is never too late to start over.
If this prayer touched your heart, share it with a friend who needs it today. And remember to join us here each day. A new prayer will be waiting for you. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so no blessing ever passes you by.